At the table with basketball royalty, Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Allie LaForce, our reporter. All right, a chance now to take a look at the steals over the last few months for Dante DiVincenzo.
I get the feeling he hasn't been paying as much attention defensively as he should be. His steal numbers have dipped in the past few months. He needs to get back some of that intensity on defense.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. Randall and Gobert are in the middle, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point. And for the Nuggets, in the backcourt, it'll be Murray and Brown. Johnson, the small forward, with Gordon holding down the 4. And it's Jokic in at the 5, roaming the paint. It's game 1 for both teams, Clark. Preseason is over, and this new season is underway.
Yeah, you can kind of feel that both teams, BA, are a little bit anxious and nervous, but an exciting kind of nervousness. So let the season begin. I'm glad we're starting.
Now here's Murray. Oh, breaks the dunk off the deceptive pump fake. Here's McDaniels. Rebounded by Denver. Outside Brown. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Brown can finish above the rim with no problem. Yes, indeed, he can bounce.
Outside Edwards. Randall outside. It's Edwards on the wing. Guarded by Brown. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Well, it's no surprise Edwards has a football background, Clark. Just look at him.
Yeah, he is well put together, BA. No question he could handle himself on the gridiron. You know, early on, he thought that would be his path. He's mentioned playing it professionally someday. How about that? I don't think it's a great idea, but interesting that he would even broach it. But if anybody could pull it off, he might be the guy.
The #1 overall pick in 2020. Grant, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, BA. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
Here's Randall. Denver getting their last shot to go. Edwards, the pass to McDaniels. For 3, DiVincenzo. Gordon pulls it in. For Denver, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Pass to Jokic. Fires it from 18. And it falls all over the rim and in.
That high release of the Joker, if you're defending him, you better stay home.
DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. McDaniels finds DiVincenzo. 6 to shoot. Outside Edwards. Takes the 3. And DiVincenzo with a basket on the assist by Edwards.
Just cannot allow DiVincenzo to shoot it from there.
Jokic with a screen on DiVincenzo. Murray for 3. Hits the trifecta.
When coaches talk about starting fast, this is what they mean.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call. All right, now that we have a second, let's take a look at which teams cashed in on the fast break last year. The Nuggets, #1.
If this team had a chance to push it last season, they did. The best fast break team in the league.
Brown with it, guarded by Edwards. Here's Murray. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Murray's got 5 now.
Getting to his spots. He's making some good reads and really benefiting his team.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks. I caught up with the Nuggets head coach. He was complimentary of his opponent, Anthony Edwards. Coach told me Ant is a special player in terms of his athleticism, skill, and his mindset. He approaches each matchup with an aggressiveness that we need to try and match. BA?
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Maybe not the title you want, but Jamal Murray's probably the best player never named an All-Star.
Yeah, interesting. It's kind of like being the last player or the best player not to win a major in golf. I mean, he is a devastating, lethal scorer and a really good passer, too. And he's been right there on the cusp. I think it speaks more to the strength and quality of talent in the West than it does to Jamal Murray's lack of ability. I mean, he's an all-star caliber player for sure.
Now here's DiVincenzo, 15 in his last outing. Edwards, the pass to Randall. Three-pointer off the mark.
Limited success for them early on here, but don't expect that to continue.
The kick out to Johnson. Denver moving it around. Jokic against Gobert. Second chance effort, and it's Jokic laying it in. Jokic has got his second basket of the night.
Really hard to move Jokic off the blocks. He's tough down there.
Randall deciding where to go with it. Shot to stop the run. McDaniels passes to Edwards. Connects from downtown.
Edwards loves those long-range bombs. He's a confident shooter.
Denver leading by 6. Here's Johnson, and he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Jaden McDaniels picks one up.
Yeah, a strong move to the rack draws that foul.
And I like the job the defense did to not let him have it. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
It's both from the stripe. Grant, I think it's safe to say Cam Johnson has really hit his stride lately.
Absolutely, B.A. He's seizing the opportunities he's been given, taking and making more shots, dropping more dimes. He's reaching another level of his game.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Over Murray. Nice shot by DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo's got 5 points.
Able to connect from the mid-range when given the opportunity. Nice shot that time, Dante DiVincenzo.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Now here's Edwards. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. That one on Brown. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, a new ownership group taking over for the Timberwolves. There remains a commitment to continuity on the basketball side. And while creating a replacement for the league's second oldest arena is a priority, they made it clear their commitment is to remain in Minnesota.
You'd love to hear it. All right, Shams, thank you for the report. Now here's Murray. 7 points in the game. And he's going for the lob. And Gordon with the big finish.
And Gordon taking advantage of the fact that when he gets up in the air like that, nobody's interested in getting in his way.
DiVincenzo with it. He's got 5. It's Edwards on the wing, defended by Hardaway. Edwards against Hardaway. Shoots from 14. Rebounded by Denver. Jokic has got 4 rebounds now. Outside Johnson. Here's Gordon. And Gordon with the big finish.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And they landed in the top 10 for opponent field goal percentage. They're a team that obviously values a solid team defensive effort and doesn't look to give up a lot of easy looks.
And as you were saying, they were great beyond the arc, stretching out opposing defenses, giving opponents headaches. Timberwolves trail by 10. And here's Edwards. 6 points for him. Pass to Randall. Rebounded by Johnson.
Give the defense credit there. Normally, that's 2 points.
Hardaway, no good.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Jokic against Edwards. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Well, he certainly hit some turbulence here, trying to get it cranked back up.
Johnson for 3. Some solid defense from Edwards. Timberwolves trail by 10. Now DiVincenzo. He's got 5. Here's Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
What a move by Gobert. Closing that open space in the pick and roll.
And so Murray will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Edwards looking for an opening. Gobert with a screen on Hardaway. Edwards for 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in the game.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. They look strong here in the early going.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
A different look for Denver. Watson, he's checked in for Gordon. Brown comes in for Johnson. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Jamal Murray. And then for Minnesota, Naz Reid's checked in for Rudy Gobert. DeSumo comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Highland in for DiVincenzo.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And Grant David Adelman, a second-generation NBA head coach, grew up immersed in the game.
Yeah, B.A., basketball was a family obsession. David, a ball boy for the Blazers in the 90s, went on to coaching, which he's done for decades. His whole life has led him to this.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Valanciunas is checked in. Anderson's checked in for Minnesota.
Extremely reliable. When he steps up to the line, you just kind of expect him to knock him down.
Back to Highland. 5 on the clock. Anderson with a screen. Down low. Watson with a rebound.
Not a lot you can say except fantastic job by the defense.
On target from range. And the Nuggets lead by 16.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Left side Anderson. McDaniels a screen. Anderson finds McDaniels. Outside Reed. Pass to Highland to halt the run. Watson with a rebound.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now here's Jones. It's out of bounds. Still Denver's ball. Pickett, he's checked in for Denver. And then for Minnesota, Shannon comes in for Anderson. And Clark has subbed in for McDaniels. Outside Hardaway. Clock at 6. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Reed for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Off-ball preparation paying off for Reed. He was just waiting for that pass.
Here's Pickett. It's Brown on the wing. Over Clark. Brown, no good.
He will not be happy with himself. Got a good look from mid-range there.
Here's DeSumo with the drive. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
Here's Pickett. He's guarded by Highland. Pass to Valanciunas. Shoots over Reed. Valanciunas, good.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
And so it's Minnesota with it after the Nuggets picked up a basket just a moment ago. Here's Shannon. Minnesota needs to get off a shot. Highland misses. The Nuggets lead by 13. Now here's Watson. Pass to Pickett. For 3, Hardaway. It's rebounded by Minnesota. 44 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Highland. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Some breakthrough contributions for the Nuggets from Christian Brown and Aaron Gordon. Grant elevating their games.
But at the same time, Denver's depth has been a concern. You know, B.A., we know what Jokic can do, but he needs help to win another ring.
Murray's checked in for Pickett. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Julius Randle's checked in for Shannon. Pass to Valanciunas. And here's Watson. 27 seconds left in the first quarter. The drive by Murray. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to go on Bones Highland. And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
He did a lot of damage at the free throw line in their last game.
And one look at the box score will confirm that. Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
Pass to Randle. Now here's Clark. This one for three. Watson with a rebound. Watson's got 4 rebounds now. The three. He's off on that one. That shot off the mark. And so it's Denver. Up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Nuggets.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far, the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
Taking what the defense gives them, guys. I mean, the mid-range shot is available, and they're knocking it down from there. I love it.
They've got Bruce Brown. Murray out there with Tim Hardaway. Then it's Peyton Watson, and it's Valanciunas in at center. That's the group for Denver getting going in the second. Here's Murray after the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. Oh, Murray in traffic.
Strong finish by Murray. Jamal Murray is simply a bucket. He's a scorer.
And the call is going to be, yes, on an illegal screen. All right, let's take a quick pause and look at the best shooting teams from last season. Number 1, Denver.
Tremendous efficiency on offense. They were willing to put in their work to get great looks.
Kicks it out to Hardaway. Tries to save it. Here's Valanciunas. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Timberwolves.
First in assist, and they were the best team in the league on the break. Nobody scored more points in transition than they did. The up-tempo game was their calling card.
And those assist numbers from last season tell the whole story. This team played the most unselfish basketball in the league. Timberwolves trail by 14. Highland looking for an opening from behind the arc. Rebounded by Denver.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games. Hey, you'll take as many high percentage looks as you can get.
And Grant, in recent years, we've seen the pace of the NBA game increasing.
Yeah, it stagnated in the 90s, but it is back. We're still not at the frenetic pace of the 1960s when we'd see over 120 possessions a game, but the efficiency is at an all-time high.
Oh, and Reed with a block.
What a denial that time by Reed. Excellent body control on that block.
And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
Such great timing, defensive awareness too. When you have to face a defender that can reject you like this, it certainly can change your approach.
Here's Watson. Randle with a steal. No good there. That would have cut it to single digits. Hardaway on the wing. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, BA. So those playmaking decisions in the moment are a lot easier said than done.
Hardaway Jr. knows his role on this team, which is to provide scoring and leadership.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. The Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me. Back to you.
Fills it up with the best. Okay, Allie, good stuff. So it's Denver now, following the three-pointer by Minnesota. And the shot goes in.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Randall outside. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Pass to Clark. Outside Reed. Shot clock at 5. Up and in on the layup. Reed's got 5 points in the quarter.
Tell you, I love the effort from the defense there, but inside, Reed just had the strength to overpower him.
Outside Hardaway. The deep 3. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here. What he lacks in height, he certainly makes up for with his bounce.
So it's Denver now, after the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. And it's Watson missing.
Well, we talk about the value of great rim protection. That's a shot he typically makes.
Oh, it's blocked by Valanciunas.
Yeah, that shot didn't stand a chance. Can't sleep on JV's monstrous reach. Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns. Well, that's the goal of pick and roll. Get that separation you need.
So David Adelman's decided to call timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And Denver making a change here. Jokic is checked in. McDaniels is checked in for Minnesota. Edwards comes in for Highland. On defense, Minnesota trailing by 8. Murray for 3. The shot no good. And here's McDaniels. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. The teardrop. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It goes on Pete Watson.
The length that McDaniels brings gives him an advantage against the smaller defender, sometimes drawing a foul like he did there.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. An area of the floor where Jaden McDaniels really excels. Defense.
Yeah, he's a strong perimeter defender. He's got great length, good anticipation, and he's competitive. I mean, those are the things that allow him to shut guys down on occasion.
Now here's McDaniels. Reed, a screen on Brown. DeSumo outside. Pass to Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Up again. Randall outside. Reed in the post. Defended by Watson. Edwards, the pass to McDaniels. Sends it home from three-point land. McDaniels got 5.
This is where McDaniels has put in a lot of work, catching and shooting with confidence.
Outside, Brown. Oh, and Reed with a block. Pass to McDaniels. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And now just a 1-point Nugget lead.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Murray. In his last outing, 16 points for him. And he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot. And you think about Jokic's point center game. He's a pioneer, Grant, a one-of-a-kind.
Oh, one of a kind indeed. And historically, very few centers have led their team in assists, and none with the regularity of Jokic. So he's an outlier, but is he a trendsetter? Only time will tell.
Look at who's out there now for Denver. Gordon, he's checked in for Watson. Johnson comes in for Brown, and it's Christian Brown in for Hardaway. Now here's Edwards. 17 points in his last outing. Reed for 3. Gordon pulls it in. Denver's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Pass to Murray. Back to Johnson. Denver moving it around. Stolen by Reed. And here's Edwards. Reed, a screen on Brown. Here's Dosunmu. Shot clock at 6. Here's McDaniels. They're gonna tie it up. That one misses. Denver in the lead. Pass to Johnson. Now here's Jokic. Reed defending. Last year, Jokic had arguably one of the greatest offensive seasons in NBA history.
Absolutely amazing, B.A. I mean, he averaged a 30-point touchdown, triple-double, shooting over 57% from the field and 41 from 3. This guy is building one of the greatest legacies we've ever seen in the league.
Rudy Gobert's checked in for the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo comes in for Dosunmu. And when you have a multiple MVP like Nikola Jokic, there's pressure to put him in position to win it all, Clark.
Certainly agree with you there, B.A. Widely regarded as the best player on the planet, Jokic has the capacity to will them to victory single-handedly, but ideally, he shouldn't have to. He needs some additional reinforcement to complement his greatness.
Naz Reed's checked in for Minnesota. Denver leading by 4. Brown with it. Outside Murray. Jokic with a screen on DiVincenzo. 4-3. Rebound Minnesota.
You wonder where was the defense that time, but they got lucky.
And he's going for the oop here. Back to Jokic. Look at Jokic going to work inside.
Got the better of the defense that time. Easy trip to the rim.
And Minnesota with possession here. 6-point game. Reed, a screen on Murray. DiVincenzo against Murray. DiVincenzo, pass to Randall. Back to DiVincenzo. Clock at 4. Pass to Randall. To win the drought. Rebounded by Denver. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Murray against Edwards. Outside Murray. Now here's Jokic. Not going to go that time. Randall with some nice D. Here's Edwards. On the mark with the 15-footer. Edwards has got 8 points.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
So David Adelman's decided to call timeout here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Brown, he's checked in for Denver. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Gobert's checked in. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for Denver. At one point, they led by 16. DiVincenzo against Jokic. Pass to Brown. From deep, Johnson. He drops it from range. 5 points in the game.
Nice vision by Brown. Very unselfish. Always plays the game the right way.
Here is DiVincenzo. He's got 5. Randall outside. Gobert with a screen on Gordon. Randall inside. Gordon's on him. 4 on the clock. Shot from the wing, and he hits the jumper.
You know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
Jokic with a screen on McDaniels. Now Edwards. Give him 8 points now. Randall, a screen on Brown. Edwards against Brown. Edwards, so good inside.
Edwards flexing on them now. Bully ball inside.
Denver leading by 3. Pass to Jokic. Over Gobert. And it's Jokic missing. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Edwards against Brown. Now here's Edwards. He's guarded closely. No good. That's his 6th miss in 9 tries. Brown scanning the floor. And there's 1:38 left in the second period. Johnson for 3. Randall with some nice D.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Gobert with a screen on Brown. DiVincenzo, pass to Randall. Back to DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards. Puts up a 3. Edwards can't get that one to fall. The Nuggets lead by 3. Outside Brown. Now Jokic, defended by Gobert. They still need this. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Well, the Timberwolves shooting around 44%. Not bad. Knocked away. Here's Randall. No points so far. To the middle. And Gobert flushes it home.
Nice look by Randall to find his teammate. That'll make the coaches smile.
Now here's Brown. Gordon with a screen on DiVincenzo. Pass to Jokic. That one no good. Ooh, great D that time from Gobert.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Outside Edwards. Shoots over Brown. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Nuggets ahead, up 1. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
I'm here with Chris Finch. And Coach, any adjustments that you'd like to see on the offensive end?
Yeah, I mean, ideally we'd like to get some movement and get into a bunch of random pick and rolls, and then we feel like keep the defense a little bit off balance, but been a little sluggish so far tonight.
Got to put the defense back on its toes. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half.
Welcome to our halftime show. Some excellent basketball so far with Denver in a close game. And we're going to take a moment to talk about something. I've been seeing Shaq's face everywhere lately. Kenny, do you think it's fair to say Shaq is the king of sponsorships?
Interesting question, Ernest. Shaq, I do see you a lot in a lot of commercials, but I don't know if I call you the king of anything.
Ernie is right. I am indeed the king of sponsorship. Everybody wants the big diesel stamp of approval.
Shaq, you ever think of doing any pro bono work? I've got a neat spot that I think you'd be perfect for.
Where's that restaurant at?
Time now to take a look at the first half of action. It's been a close one for the Nuggets.
This is some retro hoops, pounding the ball inside with intent. Man, I know you love this big fella.
No need to take a million jumpers. Work with the rock down low. Good things will happen, don't you know?
Ooh, you're rhyming and you didn't even know it. A poet.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Really an incredible game from Jamal Murray.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And it's Edwards with the ball for Minnesota. They trail by 1. So for Minnesota right now, Randall and Gobert are in the middle. DiVincenzo and Edwards are the backcourt. And it's McDaniels in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's McDaniels. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Pass to Jokic. And here's Brown. No one near him. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. It's Edwards on the wing. Defended by Gordon. Randall on the screen. For 3, DiVincenzo. Jokic grabs the board. Jokic has got a 6th rebound on the night. Murray going to work inside.
Boy, on nights like this, it seems like Murray is playing that defense like a song. He can make it a long night for the opponent.
McDaniels up top. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Buries it from 3.
They fought so hard to get themselves in a position to win this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
Yep, that one goes. Jokic has got 14.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Now here's Randall. No made baskets yet. Nails the close-range fadeaway jumper.
With one of the more unique skill sets in the league, Randall is a valuable part of this squad.
Johnson passes to Murray. Jokic the screen. The 3. Murray, no good. For Minnesota, they've gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Gobert is doubled. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball call.
Brown with it. Randall's in his pocket. And Denver pushing it up now. Johnson for 3. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 5 rebounds in the game. The Timberwolves making it to their 2nd straight Western Conference Finals last year, Clark.
Yeah, you know, what impressed me the most, I think, was making it last year as a 6th seed. Gelling down the stretch of the season. They struggled for a good part of the season, but the last third or so of the season, they really came together. Just did not have quite enough to make it to the final.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thank you so much. Anthony Edwards is truly a superstar on the rise. He said, quote, "People forget how young I am. I'm not even touching my prime yet. I'm just trying to get more efficient as every year goes by." Guys, back to you.
A star on the rise. Allie, thanks for the report.
From the moment that Christian Brown entered the league, he's played big, important minutes, winning the title with the Nuggets as a rookie.
Edwards against Brown. McDaniels passes to Edwards. Outside, DiVincenzo. 6 to shoot. Let's go with a 3. Stolen by Jokic. Fast break. Here come the Nuggets. The shot by Brown, no good. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Edwards. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Denver's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Murray with it. He's got 16. Pass to Jokic. And stolen by Edwards. Here's Randall, covered by Jokic. And here's Randall. Randall, a screen on Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Brown with a steal. Johnson passes to Murray. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Gobert with a screen on Brown. Brown against Edwards. Pass to Gobert. Right wing. With the fadeaway. Randall can't hit.
And his struggles have been apparent. Unable to make an impact scoring the ball.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And Grant, this defense of the Timberwolves, one of the league's stingiest.
Well, if you look up and down their lineup, not many weak links for opponents to target. And then, of course, you've got 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, on that back line. BA, they're tough.
Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert.
And really strong at the line since the break.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
DiVincenzo against Murray. Randall, a screen on Murray. For 3, DiVincenzo. And it's Denver with a rebound. At one point, they led by 16. Jokic, no good. Timberwolves trail by 5. Outside, DiVincenzo. Brown against Edwards. Shoots over Brown. Minnesota again missing.
They'd love to get more help from him offensively right now.
Oh, talk about guys who have springs for feet. Aaron Gordon's one of them.
Yeah, when people think of Aaron Gordon, I think they attach him to the dunk contest. I mean, he's so uber athletic. I mean, he put on a few amazing performances in that event in the past. But to the surprise of many, he actually didn't win the dunk contest, but he's become a really good all-around player.
It can help a big man's game to hit those free throws. It keeps the defense from getting too aggressive.
DiVincenzo finds Edwards. McDaniels, a screen on Brown. Edwards, a pass to McDaniels. Yes, and it's Edwards picking up the assist. McDaniels got 12.
And, you know, you give Edwards credit for making the right decision there, feeding his teammate. Smart, good basketball.
Jokic with a screen on DiVincenzo. Murray for 3. Edwards pulls it in.
He had 1 3 in the first half, but hasn't had one since.
Step back and fire. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Johnson's got rebound number 7 tonight. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Now, no, it just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Jokic, he hits the back iron and sinks it. Jokic has got 20.
When Jokic is rolling like this, it's a beautiful thing to watch, and there's not a lot the defense can do. The Joker, as a matchup, is a nightmare.
Now here's Randall. McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo on the wing. And here's Edwards outside. Edwards connects from outside.
After 1 3 in the first half, there's his second right there.
Now Murray. He's got 16. Pass to Jokic. Three-pointer. He can't get it to go. And here's McDaniels. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 4-point game. Now DiVincenzo. Right side read. Brown comes with a double team. And Randall the bucket on the assist by Reed. Randall's gotten 4 this quarter.
Boy, down low, Randall can throw those 250 LBs around and create havoc. Tough for the defense to slow him down.
Now here's Johnson. 5 points in the game. Pulls it from the top of the key. Randall pulls down the board.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
And it's all tied up. Randall's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
He wasn't able to get his name in the score sheet in the first half, but he looks like he's starting to find his comfort zone here.
Picked by Murray. Takes a 3. Edwards pulls it in. Edwards got 5 rebounds tonight.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
And stolen by Murray. Here's Brown. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now. Minnesota's gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. DiVincenzo pass to Randall. Drills it from deep. And now a 3-point Minnesota lead.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And David Adelman wants a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And the Nuggets going with a whole new group out there. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Shannon's checked in for Randall. Clark comes in for McDaniels. DeSumo, he's checked in for Anthony Edwards. And it's Highland in for DiVincenzo. Now here's Watson. 5 points in the game. Pass to Valanciunas. Denver moving it around. There's the 3. A nice shot by Watson. Watson's got 8.
Boy, excellent recognition from Hardaway Jr. to find his teammate there. This guy's an unselfish player.
Now here's DeSumo, defended by Hardaway. Left side Reed from downtown. Hardaway grabs the board.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to Watson. Now Jones. Valanciunas with a screen on Highland. Valanciunas finds Brown. Jones from outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Here's DeSumo. 7 points in the game. Over Hardaway. That one off the back iron and out. And for the Nuggets, they're shooting 40% from the field in this one. Brown passes to Jones. Jacks up a 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Reed's got 8 rebounds in the game. Well, the Timberwolves shooting 39% from the field in the third to the paint. Hey, shooting the ball well. He's 5 for 9 in the game.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Jones feels it out. Reed against Valanciunas. A strong finish under heavy pressure from the D. Valanciunas has gotten his 2nd bucket. Minnesota shooting the ball at 43% from the field. Highland against Jones. Reed, a screen on Jones. Highland with it, working on Jones. Lays it up and banks it in. Highland's got his 2nd bucket on the night.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Well, you got to give Hardaway Jr. credit, guys. I mean, he's excellent at finding ways to get to a spot and then make the defense compromise.
And he'll take his 3rd and 4th free throws of the night.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
Pickett, he's checked in for Jones. That one's good from Hardaway.
And with Hardaway, he has no fear on the court. To him, there's no defender he can't take on, no shot he can't make.
He's perfect from the line this time. And so it's Highland who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Reed sets a screen. Outside Highland, and they call an illegal screen here.
Yeah, he tried to go with it before he caught it. Took his eyes off of it. You can't have that at this point in the game.
There's 6 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. For three, Hardaway, and no good. Trying to get that one to fall. It's been all about Nikola Jokic for the Nuggets. He's been productive scoring the ball. He's got 20 points so far. We'll be right back with you shortly. Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Well, the Nuggets shooting 40% from the field in this one. Jamal Murray out there with Tim Hardaway. Then it's Bruce Brown. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Watson in at the 4 slot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. And so the ball out of bounds. Brown touched it last. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting at about 44% so far. Randall, the pass to Highland. Back to Randall. Clock at 6. The rebound by Murray. Randall's gone 40% from the floor in 10 attempts. Now here's Hardaway. Pass to Valanciunas to take the lead. They get the rebound. Murray from outside. Murray sinks the contested triple. Even when the defense is breathing down his neck, Murray gets it done. I mean, just an amazing shooter with a very impressive stroke. The Sumu, the pass to Highland. Pass to Reed from the arc. Gets the 3 ball to go. He's been doing some real damage from range. 2 threes in the first half. Now 1 in the second. The 3 ball. Murray with the 3 ball.
His 3rd triple of the game. A little more success from out there in the second half.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Outside Highland. DeSumo outside from 17. Denver grabs the miss. Here's Murray. Oh, and Reed with a block. Great denial by Reed. Boundless energy he brings. And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
Hey, we know every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Najee's checked in. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Shannon's checked in for Clark. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. And another miss by Denver.
You know he wants that one back, right in his wheelhouse.
Murray against Highland. Pass to Shannon. 6 on the shot clock. There's the triple. Counted from distance.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Denver's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Murray with it. Randall's in his pocket.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
The first one falls. Nikola Jokic is checked in for the Nuggets. Anthony Edwards is checked in for the Timberwolves. And he makes the first but misses the second.
Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
The Timberwolves have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. And there's a pick to take the lead. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Well, Ant will pull up from anywhere beyond the arc. Of course, more than comfortable letting it fly from the corner.
Murray finds Brown. And here's Jokic. Reed defending. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Outside for Randall. Edwards against Hardaway. Edwards, a pass to Reed. Here's the three. Jokic grabs the board. Jokic has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Murray looking around. And again, it's Denver missing. Minnesota's gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the 4th. Oh, and Reed with a block.
It hurts when you think you've got an easy one, and then Reed comes and stuffs you.
And Minnesota with some changes. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed, and Jaden McDaniels subbed in for Shannon. Minnesota on D. They've allowed just 7 points here in the 4th.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Now here's Dosunmu. Gobert with a screen on Hardaway. Here's Edwards. Another miss by Minnesota. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Pass to Murray. Now Jokic. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Denver?
You know, we've seen them time and time again working themselves to the charity stripe and making a living at the line, basically.
And we can't forget about how ferocious they've been cutting to the rim, just going right at defenders and finding ways to finish.
Johnson, he's checked in for Denver. Brown comes in for Hardaway.
You know, what makes Jokic truly exceptional in my mind is the versatility. You know, he's a really good passer, and that to me is a tremendous distinction, not to mention how he scores and does the other stuff he does out there.
And Minnesota making a change here. Gobert's checked in. Brown against Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Brown. Here's Edwards. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Murray from outside. Ooh, costly foul there. That'll send him to the line of the free throw. And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants him to take another look at the monitor.
People were worried that this would slow the action down.
The previous play is under review.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their...
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still heaved.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. They said in the huddle, this is it. No excuses. Let's figure out a way to win. A couple of players spoke as well, firing up their teammates. A great ending could be in store, guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Grant, he's built for the big moments. Jamal Murray ready and willing when the pressure is on.
Yeah, B.A., his playoff performances speak for themselves. Clutch scoring, playmaking, and of course, that killer mentality.
To get where you want to go as a team, you need big game players. There's no way around it. And historically, Murray tends to play his best on the biggest stage.
And he nails the third. Here's Edwards. Reed, a screen on Brown. Pass to Reed to end the run. Yes, and it's Edwards picking up the assist. Edwards got 4 assists now tonight.
And that bucket from beyond the arc puts them within reach. He's really been putting that shot to work.
You bet he has. I mean, working overtime. The triple's been his bread and butter in this ball game. Nothing but butter. Sweet butter. For him, it has not been a game to remember, but all they care about is that W.
Took the opportunity when he saw it.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Jokic, no good. For Minnesota, they've got 5 out of 10 shots to drop here in the final quarter. And there's the call on Christian Brown. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Aaron Gordon's checked in for the Nuggets. Now here's DeSumo. McDaniels finds Randall. Back to Daniels. Just 5 on the clock. And that misses. That would have put him up. Denver has gone 2 of 6 so far in the 4th. Murray, no good. Well, the Timberwolves shooting just around 45% on the 4th. Edwards, the pass to Randall. And they pick up 2. Randall's got 11 points here in the second half.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
Outside Brown. Will it go? Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got 7 rebounds in the game. DeSumo, the pass to Randall. Pass to McDaniels. Now Edwards. Shoots over Brown. Edwards, no good.
Rough start for him, for sure. He needs to make a shot just to gain some confidence.
Johnson passes to Murray. Outside Brown. Inside. Oh, rejected by McDaniels.
McDaniels is perhaps the best wing defender in the league, guys. Showing us why right there.
Edwards against Brown. Randall draws the double. The swim move for 3. Rebounded by Denver. Brown's got 4 rebounds in the game. To the inside. And it's Jokic. That time on the assist by Brown. And that's now 25 points for Nikola Jokic. Edwards with it. Pass to DeSumo. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Nuggets foul. Jamal Murray. First personal foul. Second team foul.
And he drops the first. DiVincenzo, he's checked in for the Timberwolves.
2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. And so David Adelman calls for the timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Naz Reid's checked in for DeSumo. And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for Denver. Jokic up top. Oh, it's off! And here's Minnesota now. A big stretch here going, 10-2. Edwards against Brown.
The defense has been more careful with him this half in terms of putting him on the line.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Minnesota.
Their offensive game plan has been simple. Look to shoot it often from outside the arc. And the results have been outstanding.
And another thing they've been exceptional at is their passing. On-target ball movement has gotten them a lot of assists tonight. After a quiet first half, he's really turned it on.
Johnson outside. Gordon with a screen on McDaniels. Oh, it's off target.
Really hard to stay competitive when you're taking low percentage shots.
Outside DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. Now McDaniels. 5 to shoot. Jokic with a rebound. Nuggets trail by 5. Outside Murray. Brown with a screen on DiVincenzo. Here's Jokic. Oh, what a slam from the big man Jokic.
Hey, it ain't complicated. When you need a basket, give the rock to Jokic and just let him play basketball.
Lays it in easily.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
Throw good, Edwards.
The and one puts a little extra insurance on their lead. What a good play.
Gordon with a screen on Reed. It's Jokic, high post. Randall's there. Randall rips down the board. Minnesota leading by 6. Reed with it, and Jokic picks him up defensively. Edwards. Now McDaniels from downtown. Gordon pulls it down.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
DiVincenzo fires. Misses the 3.
Really good shot contest there. It made it tough for the shooter.
Brown fires. The 3 is off.
I didn't care for his shot selection that time. He needs to let the game come to him a little bit. Just relax, take your time, son.
They can't afford to waste this shot.
Moments like this are what it's all about.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jokic! Oh, off target from downtown! And that's an intentional foul.
Cameron Johnson. First personal foul. 15 fouls. At the line for the Timberwolves.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both, and it's an 8-point ball game. Now a timeout called by Denver. 17 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. All right, guys, what's your take?
And time's running short. They just couldn't get over that hump.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
Murray! Can't hit it.
It's the fire he's playing with that has him leading the team in rebounds.
And I tell you what, guys, nobody's been more physical in this game than he has. He has been a glass eater.
So it's Minnesota picking up the win. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Julius, it wasn't always smooth sailing tonight, but you guys got it done. How did you feel about the level of play coming down the stretch?
Absolutely amazing. You know, there's ups and downs of the season, but, you know, one thing is we're going to play hard every night and give ourselves a chance. So we did that for most of the night, but, you know, we did an amazing job staying together.
The effort certainly was not lacking tonight. Thanks, Julius.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Naz Reid.